Ill Sound Radio, we back in the building. We got our guests in the building. Vonte, Boombaye.
Yo, what's going on?
I said it right, right?
Yeah. Boombaye.
For
sure.
Kill them all, dead bodies in the hallway.
Now, let's get right into it because we were just talking about it. Like, what's the conspiracy of the NFL, man?
Oh, it's fake, man. It's a script, man. They tell you at the beginning of it, not just the NFL, all the sports, man. They tell you this has been a presentation brought to you by, the National Football League.
So you think all of them scripted?
I know all of them are scripted.
So motherfuckers that cold with it.
I mean, what you think they paying them all that money for? They paying them to keep the script going.
Man, I know me being a cold hooper that I am, you know what I'm saying? I can't just miss it. I just can't hit a shot because I want to, you feel me? But I guess that's the difference between the professional and the amateur, you feel me?
Man, it was a commercial back when Ben Gordon was on the Bulls. David Blaine was talking about the magnets in the ball. Man, people got to stop paying attention to this stuff, man. I just use it today. You feel me?
Yeah. That'd be crazy if you chopped open a basketball and it was magnets.
You don't remember that commercial, the David Blaine commercial?
I don't.
Look it up when we get time. It's a David Blaine commercial. He was talking about Ben Gordon. He was like, Ben gets what Ben wants. And the man said it's literally magnets in the ball.
Hey, Ben Gordon used to hoop.
For
so
real.
I ain't gonna say he was out there cheating. You feel me?
That's your excuse for when I be busting your ass, right? It wasn't no magnets in the ball.
Y'all be hooping together?
Man, I still got a video of this, man.
I'm still yet to see it because obviously I had to do something good for it never to come out.
I'm gonna find it before we get out of here. I got it on my phone somewhere.
So what was the first time, what was a moment in sports that made you look into that? Like, how you feel on it?
Being honest, my little brother used to be talking about this stuff for a while, and I remember when the Cubs won, I'm at the parade drunk, and out of nowhere, I just like snapped out of it. I'm like, bro, it's 108 stitches on the baseball. They won 108 years after the World Series. I'm like, something ain't right, bro. And that's the same year Trump won. So ever since then, I've been like, yo, something crazy going on.
You say something ain't adding up to you.
Now we gonna get into music, but it's a lot of dope conversations we can have with you. So I want to jump right into crypto because I've saw crypto grow. I've been scared of crypto. I've dabbled in Forex. I got out of Forex because I wasn't mentally in a space where I could focus on that and capitalize on it like I should. So how has your experience with cryptocurrency been?
Well, first things first, I'm always a big proponent of silver and gold because I study law, Constitution, Article 1. Section 10, only silver and gold should be used to satisfy debts, meaning everything else is fiat, paper, crypto. But as far as crypto goes, I mean, people have been talking to me about it for a long time. And like I said, I just been on the silver and gold wave. And I just been noticing, like, when you start really paying attention, like everything we talking about go hand in hand, or everything we gonna get into go hand in hand with each other.
Right.
And when you start paying attention to how it's growing, I'm like, you'll be a fool to miss out on it. And that's the thing right now. Like when the pandemic started, if everybody got their little, unemployment stimulus, whatever they was doing to get their paper, Bitcoin was 5,000-6,000. Look at it right now. Not even a year later, it's 40,000. I think it's 38, 37 today. It dipped a little. I called that too. I called the dip.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just I feel like especially with us, our carbonated folks, we don't want to miss out on that. So I feel like it'd be, foolish for us to not hop in that, considering where the economy going, when everything going, digital and all that. And Corona's opened that door. They saying, we can't have the cash, the germs just pass through the paper. So that's what's opening, that's what's ushering in this wave. So.
Facts. Now I was in the studio with my mans yesterday. And he handed me $20. I'm like, bro, I don't know when the last time I've been handed some money. You feel me? Like, I don't even have cash. Like, I'm Cash App or Zelle, or I'm just swiping my card.
See what I'm saying? All digital.
And it been like that for the longest for me. So, way back in the day, like, I used to be big on diving into YouTube and getting into the conspiracy theories and slowly watching a lot of things that I saw on YouTube starting to come to light and play out. Now with the gold, like I
and let me cut you off because I hear, like, especially me, I hear conspiracy theory left and right. When you go and look at CIA directive, 1035-960, that's when when they took JFK top off.
Right.
That's when that term existed. That term didn't exist before then. So when people be saying that to me, I'm the type of dude, well, go look into this and figure out why this is a term. So like people got to start looking into that as well. So like I'm the type of dude to break down whatever for you. So like you can't really call me a conspiracy theorist because I'm dropping facts on facts. You feel me? So
all right, now I've invested in stock for gold. You feel me? Now I went down a rabbit hole of actually trying to purchase a gold bar. You feel me? It was very difficult to find somewhere to purchase a gold bar. Like I found an app. I can't even remember the name of the app. But like you could make monthly payments and they'll send you
talking
like
about Acre,
ounce.
I think. Yeah.
They'll send you like an ounce of gold, you feel me? But I want to have some gold bars, you feel me? Where can I get me some gold bars?
I'm actually only buying them by the grams specifically because imagine, okay, you do get a brick of gold, right? And there's no more cash and you want to go pay for something. How you going to know what to break off? You feel me? You're going to have to melt that down and all this. So I'm actually buying them by the grams.
Right.
Smaller increments, but if I need to use it, you know what I'm saying? I don't got to worry about melting it. But yeah, you can go and find it online or go to like a gold or silver dealer. You should be able to find some like legit gold. Like,
and it's supposed to be 999 gold or something, right?
Yeah.
There's no pure form of gold, correct?
Well, if you want to be technical, we got the gold inside our carbon, you know what I'm saying? But I would say yes and no, if that makes sense. It's synthetic gold and it's synthetic silver. Right. But then it's also the pure things. So.
Right. Now, what's the pure form of gold? Because when I was looking at it, they was like, it's liquid or something, I think they said.
Well, originally, I forget the compounds of it, but it's just, how do I explain it to you? I forget the compounds it's consisted of, it's made of, but it's essentially something that's of the universe. It's a natural resource, if that makes sense. Like they go in mine for it.
So with this brick of gold, how is it weighed? Because I seen gold, like bricks of gold on TV and everything. I never seen it as far as using it for a value or a good. Mm-hmm. So how is it weighed and how do you break it off and everything?
Again, I can't answer that specifically because I'm staying away from it to not have to deal with that.
Right. I feel
because if I go and try to use the gold to purchase something, let's say I try to purchase something that's, I don't know, 20,000, gold get up to 100,000. Like I don't want to deal with breaking it off to go and melt it. That's more money I'm losing.
Yeah, that baby trying to chip the
gold.
gold.
So that's why I buy it in grams. The grams is real small. And that way, like if I need to convert it, it'll be easier for me.
And much more manageable.
I can't answer anything on the brick of gold.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. All right, now before you got in here, we was talking about what happened on Capitol Hill the other day. Mm-hmm. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Black people don't need to be paying no attention to that. And I don't really refer to us as black. I mean, y'all see I got a turban on, like I know something. But we don't need to be paying no attention to that. Now, if we want to be real political, like, that's really what we supposed to be doing. If you want to talk about how they've been stealing all our resources and everything like that, like everybody's mad at Trump. But what I always tell people, the MAGA folks is the ones that's fighting for the republic. People don't even know what that stuff mean. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's a psyop, man. You really think they letting people walk into the Capitol and walk around and take pictures, move around, take pictures?
Man, the Simpsons called it.
Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That tell you something. That's programming right there. Same thing with the sports. They tell you what's going on.
Right.
Like, so I think people don't need to pay no attention to none of that stuff, man. It's going on. It's a spiritual attack. So now, of course, if you all up on my timeline, all I seen was, well, if there would have been some niggas, we would have did this, we would have got shot. Y'all casting the spell on what we supposed to do. You feel me? Because that's all our shit. Excuse my language, but that's all our stuff. So that's what I be trying to get people to understand. Like, yo, this all our land. Why we ain't doing this? You know what I'm saying? Y'all letting these people do what y'all supposed to do. And they, honestly, to me, it's a mockery of us because they looking at us like we just gonna sit down and, you know, not fight for anything and take what they give us. Versus you see these mega folks, they fighting for what they believe in.
That's exactly what I said. I'm like, or when it's us, like we tear up our neighborhoods. You feel me? They clearly were outside of their neighborhood and they went in.
We got a prime example of that. What, last June, July? Like, why didn't we go and tear up none of the, you know, the mayor's office and none of that stuff?
I can't remember exactly what police shooting it was, but they went. It was in Minnesota and they burned down the police station.
Oh, you talking about the George Floyd stuff?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Now, why in Chicago? Like, because Minnesota, like the little brother of Chicago.
Yeah. Like,
why in Chicago are we so quick to ruin our neighborhoods instead of going literally right down the street from 87th and College to 71st and College to the police station and letting them hear, you feel me, letting them feel what's going on?
I mean, I I can't really say that. I think like I said, I think it's an emotion thing. I think when you just fed up, you feel me, you kind of act in a way, especially go back to coronavirus. Corona's going on. So people, you know, in situations where they got to do whatever they got to do to survive. So if they got an opportunity, they got kids, they need to go and run a dollar store, get some Pampers, you know, baby formula, whatever. They going to do what they got to do because the opportunity available.
Facts.
But to answer that, I can't really say that, you know, because a lot of times that make me feel like this stuff be set up. Like, we got a problem, a black man died, or, you know, I ain't going to get there, but somebody lost their life, and we go tap our own stuff. That don't even add up to me. Like, the way I think, like, you do something to my family, I'm coming directly to hit you where it hurts. So if a police officer come and do something, you got to deal with me one way or the other, you feel me? Like, I'm not going to go tear up my hood. I'm going to go tear up the station. Right. Like, that's just how I am. So I don't know what's in our psyche, or like I said, I don't know what's a setup, what's not, but, you know, it is what it is. I really just think, you know, when people react emotionally. So when logic come into play, you tend to forget that because you always going off your emotions because that's what you've been taught. Right. So you don't know how to think things through and like really organize and, all right, we need to do this. But man, coronavirus came, I need to do this. So you know what I'm saying? So I think it's just an emotional thing at the end of the day.
Do you feel like reacting off emotion, can that lead to self-destruction?
100%.
For sure.
100%.
Explain more.
Well, I'm like the most misunderstood of the zodiac because I'm an Aquarius. I'm a logical guy. Right. Like I'll sit down and analyze everything. I don't think off emotions. I'm not saying I'm emotionless. Right. Like I have emotions. I just know how to control them. Right. And that's why I be telling people close to me, man, control your emotions, man, because at the end of the day, like when you out here acting irrational and you going off your emotions, you ain't gonna never think straight.
Mm-hmm. That's real talk. But with the emotions and everything, how would you feel like what's the best strategy for somebody looking to get their point across? I know you say logic. But for those who come off as like with their emotions, like they coming off like strongly, not tears, but they coming off like, man, you just did something to man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, if we talking like me and you, I mean, I think everything boils down to communication at the end of the day.
For sure.
And I think a lot of people listen to respond versus listening to understand.
I agree.
And me, like I said, I feel like I'm misunderstood. I know I can get into situations where I'm talking to somebody and I don't feel like they understand me, so I'm trying to force it on them.
Right.
I think it's just a thing of learning how to, see both sides of the fence and not look to be understood. Get your point across without coming off as demeaning and stuff like that. So again, I think it's, little things, body language, attitude, just really knowing what it is you're trying to get out of the situation too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right, now are you still in LA with it?
Yeah.
All right, so what's the difference that you've noticed from LA from Chicago other than the weather?
In terms of what? Like we talking music?
Just living in general. Like, how has your life changed since you made that move?
I mean, it's been a little tougher. I'm out there on my own. I be bigging around. I be moving around all the time. But I think LA, other than the weather, I think if we talking like the music scene, I'm noticing Chicago coming, more together now, like especially in my generation. But like beforehand, you saw a lot of people getting up and leaving. You could say I did the same thing, but I think when you doing your own thing, sometimes you in your lane. Sometimes you feel like the move you need to make is best for you. Kanye got up and left. A couple people got up and left. So I think again, everything come down to situation. So,
do you love LA? Like, is it your second home now? Because you go
second home. I mean, if we talking like when I'm done doing music, will I get a crib out there? No. I think to me, like I love LA, so I'll answer that. I love LA, but LA ain't the place like I would stay at, if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to build a family. Like I would probably be like either like here, Atlanta, or something like that. Yeah.
So what made you take that leap? Like what did you come to in life where you said, all right, it's time for me to broaden my horizons?
Well, originally I went out to LA with a job I was working. I was a general manager for Blaze Pizza.
Okay.
And that was my first time going to LA. And
is they pizza good?
I mean, you can't go to a place like that's like asking me is Chipotle good. You go to Blaze and you make your pizza your way. You feel me? So if the pizza ain't good, something wrong with your pizza. But originally like as a kid growing up, of course, I'm watching, Boys in the Hood. I'm listening to like Dre, like Game, all these people. So I was always influenced by that, especially being from the West Side. I just correlated to the West Coast. Yeah. And just going out there for the first time, it was like, man, like I just felt the vibes. And I'm like, I need to just jump out here and move out here. So that's how it really happened at the end of the day. Like I went out there with Blaze and I hopped in, I was at Truth Studios with Jeff Jackson. He from the crib too. And I did some songs with him. We did some mixes out there. And I just remember seeing like everybody picture on the wall and stuff like that. And it's just the vibes. The weather got me, of course, too. And when you from a place and you spend your whole life in one place and you go to a new place and you rock with it, you know what I'm saying? It's going to gravitate towards you. So that's just kind of how it happened.
Oftentimes when we go and travel off to new locations, like when you from Chicago and go to LA, like it's a certain thing about you change. Like you will feel like your sound, you will talk about other things in your music. You will feel like your sound expands outside of, outside of your current community. Do you feel like that happened to you?
I mean, in my particular situation, I feel like, if anything, me going to LA helped me find myself. Musically, like I said, being from the West Side, I grew up on Twister, of course, but like everybody that know me close know I've been rocking with Game from the jump, so I was already kind of on that wave, that Dre, that easy, that quick type thing. Right. So I would just think for me, it was just helping me find myself and really develop and grow myself as a young man. So.
Oh yeah, that's respectable.
All right, now you submitted 3 records to us. The first one I'm gonna play is Phonem. So let's go into the making of that record. Like, who produced that joint?
IB did the 2 songs that I sent you, and then I got like the freestyle I just dropped. Yeah. Sometimes, I be in a little wave, like, people be thinking like I'm woke and all this other stuff, and I be like, nah, bro, we all sleep. We only wake up when we die. But then again, you be having to remind people, like, I'm from the trenches too. Like, right. I can make a phone call. Like, how easy it is for me to, call up the hitters. But me, I always use my influence for, trying to get us to unite. So I don't really be trying to get on no tough stuff. But it was just me, like, really making that song because, I grew up around all the foes. So it was like, we've been saying Phonem before it was popular. So that's kind of why it came about. So.
All right, introduce that record, then we gonna get right into it.
It's Phonem, it's Lucy. Shout out my brother IB Classic. I hope y'all rocking with it. Tap in. Like I was telling you, like I just be sitting back and thinking, like, man, what would I do now? Like I would have all this money in crypto if I'm spending all my money on weed, So
have you ever had a batch that was like this not hitting how it used to or something like that?
I'm gonna be real. I don't feel like I never really smoked no weed till I got to LA. Not trying to slight the city because home is where the heart is, of course. But
you saying it's hot out there?
Man, I don't know. Man, I ain't never smoked no weed till I got to LA. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. So.
I heard that it's definitely higher qualities of weed in LA.
100%
compared to anywhere in the world.
I mean, I can't say that, but based off the places that I've been, 100%. Yeah.
So what made you stop smoking? Is that the reason?
Like I said, I don't know what's in it, like I said, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but if you pay attention to what's going on in the world, all these dudes right here, sweet now, I don't know what they doing to us. So it's just me making a conscious decision. Like I was saying, when you doing personal development and stuff, you just be sitting back and thinking what you're doing with your time and your energy, where your money going. And I'm like, that's the thing for me where I could cut out that it kind of transcend and do wonders and everything else that I'm trying to do.
Right now, are you still vegan?
No, I mean, I'm getting back there. But obviously coming back, when I be moving around,
it'd be hard.
It'd be hard. Like if I get up and go to Vegas, I don't feel like running around looking for no vegan food. And I have stopped drinking as well. Same thing. I really drunk when I was in college, so I really don't see the point in drinking no more because I used to be like a party animal, but now it's like I'm like the complete opposite. But that's the hard thing that I've been always battling. But I'm actually getting back into it just because it's like, especially with everything with, Corona and all that, like I need to be as healthy as possible. So I don't want to, same thing with weed. We don't know what they putting in the food. You know what I'm saying? So
what do you do to prioritize your health, especially through this pandemic?
Honestly, meditate. That's the first thing. Like meditation, it helped me sleep too. I'm an Aquarius. I have a hard time going to sleep.
Man, I ain't been sleeping this for the past month, bro. I just can't go to sleep.
Get on YouTube, play you some meditation music, man, and just breathe, man. That's honestly been helping me, like with everything. It calmed me down. You feel me? Don't make me so antsy. And that's how I've been going to sleep the past like week. Like I just put on some meditation music. I close my eyes, breathe, think what I need to do, like talk to myself. I sleep, I wake up, I'm feeling better. So
and your mind feel way more refreshed.
Yeah, it's more at ease, because I think he could relate. Like our minds don't ever sleep. Like everybody's mind is like that, but Aquarius, like no, we can go to sleep and we can have a dream within a dream within a dream. That's how our minds be moving. So, and if I'm thinking about something, like right now I'm talking to y'all, but I'm thinking about 45 things right now.
For real.
And that could be a gift and a curse. So, when your mind ain't together, it'd be hard to manage that. So,
yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Now, when you were into the vegan lifestyle heavy, like, did you see a real change in your body?
100%. 100%. I probably 100%. Like skin, stomach, of course, like from being bloated, from not having all them toxins in my colon. Even the mental thing, like you feel like less tired and less like, what's the word I want to use? Froggy, I'd say.
I was sure finna say groggy.
Yeah, groggy, like less like, what's the word? Disillusioned. Because I think a lot of times you eating a lot of meat, especially like we gotta let that pork go. That's the first rule of Islam, no pork. You know what I'm saying? Like, but everybody love bacon, so. When you eating certain stuff, man, like I said when I was here last time, man, you taking on the spirit of the animal. You got to think of how these animals is getting slaughtered. Like, so they going out, screaming in anguish, and then we putting that on the plate like it's all cool, but it's like, bruh, do you not know? You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's the same thing with weed too. We don't know what they're doing to this food. So that's why I've been wanting to get back to it. But again, like moving around is so hard. Like that's me making an excuse, and I'll be better, but. When you traveling, you moving around, it be so hard finding places. I tried meal prepping, it don't work because I'm always moving around. So it's just like I got to find a good balance. And really right now, I'm just doing a bunch of water, smoothies and juices and stuff like that.
All right, let's shift back to the music. Like, what can we expect from Vonte in 2021?
I know this is probably a first, but I should be giving y'all 2 projects this year. The first one, shout out to my boy Gold Hayes. I'm just waiting on some vocals. I know he working on his jump, so I know we gonna get that tightened up for y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna do what two EPs probably. I'm not doing like no albums, no slight to nobody. But when I put out an album, like I'm gonna put out an album that everybody remember. Like I'm not gonna put out no album just to say it's an album. Like I'm still perfecting my craft. Like I told you, I'm taking vocal lessons right now. So when you get an album from me, understand it's gonna be like the hardest thing you heard. Like that's just how much work I put in the stuff. Like I'll work on music for like 4-5 years and won't put it out till it's perfect. That's just me,
Do you collab with any LA artists?
Yeah. I got a project. I can't tell you when it's coming, but I got a project with a producer out there, my guy T Reg. Shout out to him. I got some joints with. I got a song. To me, she's probably like the hardest vocalist out there. So y'all definitely be intermingling. Like that's the thing I like about moving around. Like. I naturally gravitate towards people who kind of on a similar thing, and we be making beautiful art out of that. So
for sure.
Has it been hard having a creative process with being forced to stay in certain places at certain times because of the pandemic?
To me, no, because being an Aquarius, I'm a natural like isolationist. So I'm able to just put my headphones on no matter what the circumstance is. First of all, I got my headphones, like whatever I'm going through, I'm able to get out of that. And that's what the music is for me. It's like a journal, it's like a diary. It's kind of who I've been to. So like when you hear me in my music, I'm more personal and introspective, and that's because, that's the thing that's kept me going. So to me, no, it's just been able to kind of more amplify it, honestly. So
man, I'm the same way. I don't care if I'm having a horrible day, bro. Once I put my headphones on, we straight.
Man, I be good.
Don't nothing matter no more.
Can't go without the headphones, bro. Man, for real.
I got
Can't
3 pair, bro. I got 1 in the whip, 2 in the crib just in case I need it.
For real.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, what you drinking?
That's water. It's just some chlorophyll in there.
So the chlorophyll that cleans the water?
No. The chlorophyll is like an oxygen builder. It brings it helps develop the red blood cells.
Cause what I started doing at the crib, I started actually boiling my own water. And
but that's because again, you don't know what they putting in the water. That's actually the best thing to do. Yeah,
man.
Why don't you just get a Brita or something like that? Then,
man, I had Britas, and I don't want to keep having to buy the filter to put back in it. You feel me? So my girl like, bro, why is we paying for water free? And I'm like, man, I don't want purified. I just want spring water. You feel me? And even with the spring water, sometimes it be tasting a little off to me. You feel?
It's like the only water I'll drink,
bro. I just boil me a big pot of water every night. You feel me? And fill up whatever I empty.
Once you get one of them, one of the big like 5-gallon things, the containers with the little dispenser.
Yeah. I ain't never even thought about that.
Yeah, that'll probably do, because then that water, like you could go get alkaline water from whoever's selling it, and then you get you like a little dispenser, and that way you don't have to keep boiling it. But I mean, at least in the time of, chaos, you already got a plan together. You know what to do. So
my girl like, bro, you tripping, bro. I'm like, nah, ain't nothing wrong with this water right here, unless it's my pot bag. You feel me? Now you submitted closure. Let's get into closure real quick.
The true story behind that is, man, I think this was like the last day like I ever prayed, and I'll speak on that later. Like I was just like praying, because meditation is the true form of prayer, and I was praying just for a sign one day because I was kind of confused. This actually happened while I was here, so like this song was like recorded in like 2017, 18, and I was just like praying for a sign. So I had this guy lived across the street from me. His name Will. Used to work on my car. I go outside, chop it up with him. This random man walk up on us. His name was Mr. Peaches. That's what I remember him as.
All right.
And he from Jackson, Mississippi. He played football with Walter Payton in high school. So out of nowhere, this man started talking to me like he knew my whole life story. And like I was just drawn into him because I'm like, can't believe the stuff he's saying. Like he knew me personally. Mm-hmm. And that's really how the song came about. I.B. made the beat, and I figured like, man, why don't I use this situation to kind of talk about this? Because everybody always like, I don't need closer, F closer, this, that, the third. But in reality, if you being real with yourself, that closer be helping, because you always going into situations, not closing the door, always trying to figure out what it is on the deep end. Mm-hmm. And then when stuff don't go the way you want to, you confuse. So putting this in the record has allowed me to be able to say, you know what, if something ain't working out, I know how to kind of close the door now going forward. So that's how this came about.
Yo Sound Radio, we back in the building.
Yo.
So for some reason, Jimmy and Vonte got the Bears winning today. I got the Bears winning also, you feel me, because that's just in my heart. But are they going to win?
Hey, we ain't got nothing to lose, man. We got to do it. We ain't got nothing to lose.
Like, they let me down every year. Ever since Devin has to return that kickoff, I've been let down by the Bears.
Oh, you talking about I remember that. You talking about the
That
Super
was
Bowl.
the greatest moment.
That turned me to a
turned
Bears
up.
fan.
Yeah, we was turned up when he ran that kickoff.
That turned me to a Bears fan,
I
bro.
never forget it. We had a projector in our room. We had it on the wall. You feel me? Devin Hester caught it, and he ran into the house. And we was like, oh, shit. We Super Bowl champions.
I was literally walking in the door as soon as he caught it in his hands and ran it back, bro. I'm like, oh, this is what football is, huh?
We Super Bowl champs. But we had Rex Grossman at that time, right? It was Rex Grossman. Yeah, so
that game got real dry after that, though.
Yeah, we know what happened.
Got very dry.
Peyton Manning, you feel me? Do. Audible sent him down the field. He wide open touchdown. We don't never. I think we kicked some field goals or something. I can't remember.
And it's crazy. That was the championship moment in that game, though. Hester running that kickback. That's the most memorable moment of the game.
Bro, you can't, after something like that, you can't even lose. Like, how can you, that's like your coach giving you the halftime speech.
I mean, but then again, you got to realize that's how the game started off. It's 60 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
People be overreacting to, the first play. It's a journey, you feel me? So.
Thanks. Now, I know I asked you this question in a different way, but I asked you pertaining to music. So how has the recent pandemic affected your everyday living?
I mean, obviously it's just, people been afraid to like come around and be around. Like when I do pop up in the city, I be always like, especially people I mess with. Like I'm at class, I got headphones, pull up, but obviously with the COVID and everything, people be like, no, So I mean, other than that, it's been real chill because again, I've been a natural like isolationist, anyways.
All right. Mm-hmm. Now, before we get out of here, is there any like words of wisdom that you want to give to people, or anything that you would tell like your younger you, like to motivate yourself?
What would I tell my younger self? I would say just, man, keep your chin up, understand like everything you enduring is for a reason, and don't be simple minded. Always keep the bigger picture at focus. And I think a lot of times you get frustrated, and again, this come down to emotions. You know, so yeah, 100%. I say, man, keep your emotions in check. Stay focused on the bigger picture, and remain as logical as you can be. I think that's the best thing I could say to myself, because I know how big emotions are playing, you know, making the wrong decisions. So, like I said, I think everything be based off emotions if you get to the nitty gritty at the end of the day.
100% of our lives is based off emotion, bro. How we react or how we go into a situation thinking. Like a lot of times we'll go into like a new opportunity, like a new job. We're going to that nervous because we never done that job, or we don't know the expectations. Or we get into a situation like relationships where we in a relationship and we get mad and we do some shit that we ain't supposed to do, or we cheat or do anything, you feel me? And that's emotional reaction that
every time
causes low-key harm to somebody in a situation. And I feel like Chicago, like, is nothing but emotional reactions. And I feel like at some point we got to implement this into our kids learning, you know what I'm saying, how to deal with emotions, how to deal with everything that's going on around them.
Facts. I think like all of that stems to like education too, because even when we talking about emotions, you got to think who taught us that. Everything they taught us how to hate ourselves. They ain't teach us how to love ourselves. This go back to the public school system. Right. So when you get down to the nitty gritty of everything, you just gotta question everything. Like, don't believe something because somebody else told you. Even me, you know what I'm saying? Because my favorite question is, how we know 2 + 2 = 4? And everybody be thinking some simple stuff, but at the end of the day, somebody told you that.
Facts.
And same way they told us it's only pyramids in Africa when we know it's pyramids in Tulum. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you start getting to the nitty-gritty, you got to start really digging in and going and figuring out. Education means educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't take what somebody else said or think because you got a degree, you established. Man, I got my degree and they ain't touched that motherfucker.
Man, that's how it be.
Like, that thing didn't validate nothing but the student loan debt. You know, let's talk real. So, yeah, I think people just need to start going back and honestly questioning everything that they believe to be true, because 99% of it is a lie, or it's a fragment of the truth. So,
have you ever read this book called The 4 Agreements?
No, I haven't read that actually.
Man, the 4 Agreements is 100% about that. Like, questioning everything that you've ever learned from anybody. You know what I'm saying? And learning to look at life through your own eyes without taking somebody else's word for it. Facts. So that's a dope book. You should check it out.
I'm gonna have to add that. I'm gonna pass you one, man. Behold the Pale Horse, man. I've been telling everybody about this book, man.
Behold the Pale Horse.
This book, man, dude published it in like 89, 88 or something like that. The man literally saying his foreword, like, I'm probably gonna die by the hands of the police. I looked up how the man died. They say he died in the shootout with the police. That's crazy. And everything he was talking about in this book that was published in I think in 89, 90. Don't quote me on the year. But everything this man published in the book is going on right now today in the world we living in right now.
By Milton Cooper?
Yep.
I bet I'm going to add that joint. I'm going to check that out. Probably on my ride home. Because I rock with Audible, so I listen to all the books when I get a chance.
I got to have it in my face because it's helping me as an artist. I'm expanding my vocabulary, seeing words that I wouldn't normally see. Yeah. But then it's nothing like just having something physical. Like, example, like you look at the internet, like I don't see how niggas is paying for OnlyFans. You feel me? Like, I need the real thing. You feel me? And then again, porn is free. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking nobody hustle, but at the end of the day, it's like I need the real thing. This not exciting me. You feel me? Like, get your money, baby girl, but like, nah, like that don't make sense to me. Like, nah, they gonna be messing with them sex dolls in a minute, man. Like,
hey, man, my homie told me he bought OnlyFans, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what, bro? Like, how much you pay?
Pornhub is free $99, bro.
I think he paid like $30 for it. I'm like, whoa, bro. I don't care if you want to see her that bad, bro. Nah. But at the same time, it's a hustle, though.
Yeah, hey, I ain't respecting. Hey, I ain't disrespecting nobody hustle, man. But whatever you do, put some money in some commodities, some assets, because this dollar is over with, man. I'll give it the end of this year for real. If they talking about Bitcoin gonna be 100, 200,000, the only way that's possible is the cash is gone. Facts. So that's what I'm telling everybody. Like, take your money, put it in some crypto. Don't just be. A lot of people feel like they missed out on Bitcoin. If JP Morgan talking about Bitcoin gonna be 146,000 and it's only 40,000 right now, you ain't miss out on it. So put some money in it.
So for the higher the Bitcoin price, that's What does that mean? Like you said, it's gonna be 40,000 and going to 140. Like what does that mean?
So these are actual corporate institutions giving off their estimations. I could see it easily. Like I said, if you get rid of the paper, the fiat, the Federal Reserve note, which y'all should look up what that means.
It says it on our.
It says it on a dollar bill. If you get rid of the paper that everybody been out here finessing, that's why they giving the paper out, because they trying to go digital. You feel me? And that's what Corona is about. It's about them being able to track and monitor everybody. This all started with the Patriot Act. This is not conspiracy. These are facts. Now, to your question, repeat your question one more time.
I said, how is it like with the Bitcoin? Like, what does that mean with the? You say it's gonna be 40,000. It's gonna be Bitcoin is at 40,000, but it's gonna hit 140. Like, that's how much it's gonna cost.
So that's just the value of like one full Bitcoin right now. So like I said, if people, if these institutions are predicting Bitcoin gonna be 100,000, 200,000, if it ain't cracked 100,000, yeah, you ain't missed out. Put some money in that, man. Your money gonna grow. I always tell people, you can look at my Instagram. I literally just said last night, expect Bitcoin to drop and dip. It's called a price correction. Bitcoin dropped like 3,000-4,000 this morning. So when it dipped, that's when I tell people pop in, because you didn't lose no money. Right. So as it continues to shoot up, all your money is going to surplus.
You can purchase that right off like Cash App.
Man, the easiest and simplest way. Get on Cash App, pop your money in there. If you want to set it up to do the weekly thing, do that. Because that's the easiest way for like transfer it, pay for it, sell it. Right. So like you got some Bitcoin, you know it's finna drop, sell it out, let that little money sit. When it dip, put your money back into it, so you don't lose none. That's simple.
Now, before we get out of here, do you rock with Forex, or have you tried it?
Me, no. Just because I don't be wanting to get like certain things. Now, example, trading crypto is a form of foreign exchange. So, like I said, if I know Bitcoin gonna drop, I want to drop into another coin. That's Forex. But me, I'm not dabbling into stuff that I know I'm not gonna put 100% of my attention into, because it's like I'm doing so many other things. I ain't really concerned with that. Off the simple fact, not only is the United States dollar about to crash, all of them about to go away. Yeah, that's why I be trying to like not really deal with that.
Yeah, I went into it trying to learn while I was investing my money, and I had some good days, and then I had some because when you trading Forex, like gold move like that, bro. Like it's volatile as hell when you rocking with the gold. So it's
same as Bitcoin.
It's gonna either shoot up or it's gonna shoot down. You're gonna lose a lot real fast, or you're gonna gain a lot real fast. Yeah. So yeah, gold took me out. But you wanna shout out your Instagram and everything, let people know
everything. Vonte Bumaye, Vonte Bomaye. That's what Twitter, Instagram, the website. Tap in. Got a lot of dope stuff coming this year. I'll be back here probably with Biko and them when I get these vocals from Go Hayes. Shout out my boy Go Hayes. Shout out Boogie. Shout out my brother IB Classic. And yeah, I got a lot coming, man. I'm excited. Like you said, the sky's the limit. Like I'm singing on niggas now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to be Marvin Gaye reincarnated. So yeah, I'm excited for everything, man. So yeah, y'all stay tapped in, and appreciate y'all for having me too, man.
Thanks for
giving me the
through.
Platform, man.
Yes, sir.
It's always love.
For sure.
Jimmy, talk to the people.
Man, y'all know same thing. Go ahead and follow me at Groove Nuke, GROOVNUKE, Instagram, man, Twitter, man. Get in tune with Ill Sound Radio. Follow us in that order. Continue to submit music, man. We want to see new drops over the year, man. It's the new year still fresh. Go ahead, get that iLLANOiZE app. Go ahead, follow iLLANOiZE Radio, man. Tap in and keep us moving.
Facts, man. Everything Jimmy said, make sure y'all download that app. Like I said, if y'all don't got that app, what y'all doing, I don't understand. Like y'all tripping. Like now, I'm gonna play this playback freestyle one more time because I played it by accident. You feel me? So I'm gonna allow you to introduce that joint. Then we up out of here.
Man, we'll call this the big payback. No, y'all tap in though. Like I said, do everything they said, man. Download the app. Again, appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Yo.
Hope everybody stay safe and healthy, man.